back again. Right, I'm starting on my next page, and so far, all I've come up with is I had this wee frame, and it's just plastic. And what I've done is I have cut a napkin, using that image, two females, just cut it out, and have stuck it into the frame. I've just kept the 3-ply on it, because it's inside a frame anyway, and it's backed, so it's absolutely fine in there. And what I'm doing is, the ink gold that I had on my table, I have put down a wee bit of black distress ink, and I've just mixed it with the ink gold to give me a darker gold. You'll see the two shades there, maybe. No, but there is a bit of a darker shade to it. In fact, if I've still got it out, here I have. I might even add just a spot of black acrylic paint to it, because I'm going to put it onto this, whatchamacallit, I'm going to put that to the side actually. I'm putting on an acrylic base, and I'm not sure how well that will stick. I've got a wee bit of ink gold on the frame, but it's got a big bloody bit now. Honestly, some days I just think, why even bother, Cam? Because I just end up making it worse instead of better. Right, I'll do it now. Right, so just going to spritz this again just to get some fluid in it, and give it a good kind of mix up. I mean, there is plenty of colour still in it, and then what I'll do is just grab a wee bit of black and just mix it in, and it's giving it like an older style of gold. It's like an old gold colour, richer. And I really like that. It's not such a cheap colour of gold. Right, so we'll try that on it. And all I'm doing is just really dabbing it on to the side of the frame. Oh yeah, definitely. Much better. And I'm not being too fussy with the front. I'm just kind of dabbing. And if I need to, I can go back over it ever so slightly. I just don't want the plastic effect. And this, dabbing it on, because the paint isn't going to have strokes in it, it will give some texture to it, and almost make the plastic look gilded. And you'll see what I mean when I show you it close up. It just adds a wee bit of extra texture to it. And as I said, I'm not being overly fussy, because it can get a second coat if needed. It just takes that newness of plastic away from it. Scrape that bit of gold off, and smudge it in a bit so we can use it again. And as I said, I'm not too fussed with the actual inside of the frame, but it does look a lot older than what it did. And I haven't really watched any telly tonight. Normally I would watch The Voice or something, but I'm just not in the mood today at all. Don't know what's up. Right, so that's that part done. I don't know whether to do a tag in the same style of colourings or to do a bit of doily maybe with it. I just have a pinky coloured doily. I'm going to try that behind it with this. So I'm just going to dilute this again, add another wee bit more black. Because I don't want it to merge in with the back of the photo frame. I really like this effect, the colouring of it. Right, so here goes. And you're needing to kind of dab it on, although I don't want it to be too fussy. Because what you can do is, especially with this type of thing, is once you've done it, spritz it with a wee bit of water and it will just reactivate the distressing and also water down the Inca Gold. So you'll get more colour seeping through it. Will take a wee bit longer to dry, but it's worth it. And as you'll see, I'm not taking loads of care and attention to anything, it's just dab it on and move on. Put some of the darker bit in. Yeah, and we just put that to there, give it a wee spritz over, and that's just activating everything again. You can give it a good mush down into your paint. If you want to flip it over and give it a wee coat on the other side, you can, just to make sure that it's all went through. There we go. So that's that. We just need to let that dry. I'm going to pop that in there now, out the road. I'll grab another bit of toilet paper for my table to clean it up a bit. And what I'm going to do with that is just slip that on a wee bit of toilet paper just to absorb some of the moisture. And set it up there out the road while I clean up. Just a wee bit of paper, I'll leave that there. So you just swipe over. says you can make background tags or whatever with this sphere if you want. But just for quickness, I'm just getting rid. I want to move on. As I said, the most important thing with your Inca Gold is make sure that you don't add water to the actual mix, because it does go mouldy. But if it does, what I do, because no one's going to eat it, is just cut a bit of mould out and use the rest of it. It's too expensive to go out and buy it again. I mean, it's nearly £6 a tub. It does last for ages, don't get me wrong, it's value for money, but not if it's going to mould and need to be thrown out every 6 months. Because some of them, like the rose gold, I've not had that long, and that was moulding the last time I opened it. So in that sense, you need to be careful. Lauren here's bogging as well. I think that's got to be doing when Jaden's away. Cleaning up all my mess in here. Right, so how's this coming along? Not bad. Still a bit damp. I'm just going to touch over a wee bit at the side there that I've just manoeuvred. And I'll just set that up there with the other one. What next? Try and clean my hands, that might be a good move. Let me get that. I don't know whether to do a framing one for someone to add their own photo, or to add a wee bit for stick pins. That's kind of where I'm gearing. Stick pin bit. Right, so if I was adding stick pins, I could add in this. So I want to keep that one up butterfly free. Could add this in, and then it means my stick pins can come in like that. Because there's not going to be hundreds of them. It'll maybe be, let's see, maybe 6 stick pins. Yeah, I'm going to do that. I think that will look fine. So, paint. I think I'll use paint. No, I think I might use alcohol. Espresso. We'll see what this does first. Oops. And the alcohol solution is where? It's there. Just in case it decides it's going to run away with itself. And I've got a small brush here if I need to manoeuvre it slightly. malt. We'll see what this looks like. So we've alcohol ink on it. This could be fine. I'm going to release that onto here. You're obviously adding into all the wee nooks and crannies. Alcohol inks are great for recolouring things. I mean, this is just plastic, but hopefully by the time it's finished, it won't look so plasticky. It should look kind of meant to be, whatever that means. Just a wee dot in here. And I'm not worried with the sides here because, as I said, I've got my alcohol blending solution which will just lift this right off my glass mat within seconds, literally. And I can add a wee bit of fabric or a doily or whatever to the top if I want to, or a wee flower, just to try and disguise that it's a stick pin holder. And I don't even know if I'm going to decorate the stick pins. I might just put them on as blanks and let whoever receives it decorate them. I don't know. And I'm going quite dark with this because the page is quite light. I think it just looks nicer, as dark as possible. Right, that's mega dark. So that's near enough what I'm wanting. So I'll just put lid on that. And I've got a wee bit on my finger already. Never fails. Never ever. And to clean up, just the alcohol on the kitchen paper, toilet paper, whatever you're using, and give it a wipe. This is almost dry, so I'm going to lift that up and move it over now so it can dry, clear up the worst of that, and you'll see yourself. It just wipes away. And then for my paintbrush, same rules, just get a wee squiggle about in it. Turn it over, have a quick squiggle about. And just into water as paper. And that's turned out really good. Got a wee bit on my fingers there, but I mean, I think you'll notice that's quite different now from what it was. I think I'll be leaving that now. I'll call it up in one of a minute. So the page that's going on is this one here, and I'm going to put it on with silicone sealant. I think that's what's going to hold it the best. So I'm going to put a big dollop in the middle. And then we can squash it out. And obviously the centre is obviously free, but I'm trying to kind of widen it out a bit. So that's ideal there. And just position it where you want it. I think I will add a wee doil at the top of that. These are ones that I got off Amanda. I think it was a while ago, probably last year at some point. They're lovely, and I've been very sparing using them. I don't want to waste them, but I think this project is time for it. Just a wee bit of silicone there, 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 and just a few wee dots round about. And it should go down okay. Yep. Pencils, one colour. I could have goldy coloured ones out as well. Yes, put these ones away. Here. got there. So I'm just going to add a few up at the corner there, and I'm going to use the darker gold ones. That's one medium size one, and a small one. And I'll do the same at the other side, but at the bottom this time. But where I've got the hooks, I'm coming in, so it's not dead centre obviously. Two and a small one. And what I'm going to do if I can is take this one off. No, it's not going to come off for now. Wait till it's dry and see what I can do. In fact, don't even need to bother. I'll just add a wee bit of alcohol into it now. That should work for it. Maybe not if I don't put it on right. So put it on that and just darken it up a wee bit. I think I'm going to do that with them all. Just enough to put a wee bit of darkness in it. Water there coming off. Because I don't want them too dark, but that kind of matches that colour over there. So it just kind of goes better. I'm just going to put a wee spot here actually, and then I can work from that. Definitely is it better. To the point I'm even thinking of the ones I've just put down, putting it on them as well. It'll make them a different shade as well, but I think it'll work better. I mean, that's one drop alcohol and I'm just dabbing it on. Making sure you can see what I'm doing. Just going to go back over where I've been on the light ones. Right, and now to do the darker ones. See if I can shade them in a wee bit more again. Yeah, they are much richer looking. They're kind of an amber colour now rather than gold. I'll show you in a minute once I've done it. So much prettier. So much prettier. It just works better. just perfect. Right, so put that in there now, and I'll just show you what it is so far. Oops. So they've got that way. These were self-adhesive ones. The ones on the applique were already on it, but they were a very light gold, and now they are a more burnt umber, ambery colour. And then up here we've got the same again, and I think they just merge better with the page. I'm hoping the stick pins that I put on, I can't make them too big because there's not enough dimension on it for them to stick out. So I think I will just leave them blank, and make it look like a flower, and maybe give a few leaves coming out from behind the flower. Whether it's skeleton leaves or I don't know yet. But that's another page done, and another page prepped, ready to go when it's dry. So we're getting there. Thanks for watching, and take care. Speak soon. Bye for now.